What's going on, my quad squad? It's the man, the myth, the legend, Quadmft here, bringing you guys some more advanced warfare information. Now, this video is highly requested on my channel. I'm going to be going through all the different variants of all the elite guns in advanced warfare. Now, this info is all thanks to Will Wheatley on this forum that I found. Link his description down below. Make sure to go and check that out. He went through and listed all the different variants of all the guns, all the elites, all the professionals, all the enlisteds, and he even showed what like handling and mobility do, which a lot of people have been confused on. Even I myself have been confused on that, but let's go through and I just kind of want to go through all the elites. You know, I was saying that I want to go through all the elites because if I were to go through all the different versions of the elites, professionals, and enlisted on every single gun in the game, this video would be like 2 hours long, so that would take a really long time. But every gun has 2 elite versions, which I thought was pretty cool, you know, them keeping consistent with like that. And speaking of elite, I am using the Obsidian Steed Bal 27, what is known to actually be what I got really lucky with. I picked this up on like one of the first times I was using my second account, but I'm using the Obsidian Steed Elite Bal, which actually adds 2 damage and 1 mobility, and then the other elite is the Inferno, the Bal 27, adding 2 handling and 1 fire rate, but -3 mobility, which is, I guess, is a good trade. But seriously, when you have +2 damage and +1 mobility on the Obsidian Steed Bal, it's a monster. You guys have to try it out. And next on the AK-12, the 2 elites, they have the Finger Trap and the Rip. I've heard the Rip is a way better version than the Finger Trap, clearly because the Finger Trap just adds +3 handling, and then it doesn't allow you to use attachments, which is really annoying, I'm sure. And then the Rip adds 2 accuracy and 1 damage, and the magazine capacity gets minus by 8 rounds, which is kind of annoying, and -1 mobility. But again, adding damage and accuracy to a gun like the AK-12 or any form of assault rifle is really deadly. And then over here we have the ARX-160, the Steel Bite, and the Damnation. Kind of cool names, you know. We've got +3 damage, -2 accuracy, -1 fire rate. That's good. And then the other one we have -1 damage and some other stuff, which doesn't seem that good. And then we have the HBRA-3 Insanity and the Bare Fist. The Insanity, I believe, is the better one. I think +1 damage, +2 fire rate. HBR3 kind of has a weird fire rate thing where the longer you hold down the trigger, the fire rate seems to slow down, which can kind of be annoying. But I mean, if you can burst fire that gun, I'm sure it goes a lot better than if you didn't. And then we have the IMR Thunder Tusk and the Boar Strike. Let's see, the Thunder Tusk adds 3 accuracy, and the this is the magazine capacity, which seems pretty cool. The IMR is the gun that prints its own ammo, which is really cool. You can see all these stats on the website down in the description below if I don't go too in depth. If you want to see the other professional and the enlisted versions, go ahead and do that. In the MK14, the Eagle Eye, and the Eclipse. Those are the versions, which, you know, they got some cool names, but I'm not a big fan of the MK14. I definitely think it's not one of the best guns in the game. And then we have these submachine guns. Let's go to the K5. The K5 Breakneck, which I've seen is really good, and then the K5 Spanner, which is another good one. Those are both the elites. The MP11 Goliath, +3 damage, which I've had friends, even my personal friends, talk about how they have an MP11 which has +3 damage, which is an absolute monster. That thing seems awesome. I do have the Squeaker. I never really use it because, I mean, I feel like the fire rate is just going to mess with the recoil. It'd be a little bit annoying, but either way, I definitely want to make sure I can get the Goliath for the MP11. Comment down below what your best elite is. I want to know, really, seriously. Comment down below. I want to know what your best elite is, what versions of these you have. The ASM-1 Strider and the ASM-1 Speakeasy. Then we have the SN6 Money, which I have on both my accounts. And then the SN6 the third. The SAC-3, the dual-wield SMGs. Those are pretty cool. Pain and Suffering and Blood and Glory. And then all the other ones have really cool, like, you know, they're Thunder and Lightning, Misery and Company, Fire and Brimstone. Those are all the different versions of the SAC-3, and they got cool names. The AMR-9 Pro Pipe and the Dynamo. I have both those versions. I hate the AMR-9, so I'm not even going to tell you what they do. The sniper rifles, we have the Lynx Kingpin and the Lynx Tac Driver, I believe it is. Those look really cool. Both have -1 damage, which probably isn't that good because, you know, the Lynx is barely, it never even gets 1-hit kills. And then on the next one, we have the Moore's Silver Bullet and the Moore's the Doctor, which both sound really good. +2 damage on the Silver Bullet, which is probably really good. Probably never even get hit markers. And then we have the NA45 Screamin' and NA45 Ravager. The Atlas 20mm, we have the Virtuosity and the Snapper, which sound really cool because that's actually a solid sniper. And then for the shotguns, we have the Bang Stick TAC-19 and the Bang Stick Sledgehammer. Get it? S12 Whirlwind, S12 Tiger Blood, the Bulldog, Mancy, and the Facehammer, I believe it is. The Bulldog's also really good. The heavy weapons, we have the EM1, you know, the laser Star Wars gun. That gun is really cool. I like to use it a lot. It recently got buffed. The Poner and the Polar Vortex, and then the Pytech, the gun that if you shoot for a while, I believe it's 10 bullets, then you actually literally have no recoil. The Loophole and the Exploit, and then the XMG Bacon and Eggs, the dual-wield LMGs, the XMG Bread and Butter and Bacon and Eggs. And then we have the EPM3. I didn't even know this gun existed till yesterday. It's a burst fire LMG thing that shoots lasers, Parsec and Bonafide. I've heard it's a horrible gun. definitely do not want to use that. The Ameli Whalehorn and the Ameli Chicanery, I believe it is. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I just went over all the primary. Actually, I'll go over the pistols. I think we have a little bit of time here left. The pistols, I'm going to go over the Atlas 45 Oathbreaker Elite, the Atlas 45 Huckleberry Elite. Huckleberry, if you guys know what Team Huckleberry is, they competed at MLG Columbus. They're a bunch of 6, 7, 8-year-olds. They're cool guys, I'm sure. And then we have the R1 pistol, the one-shot pistol, the rail driver, increasing the damage by 3, which I'm sure is awesome. And then the Holiday Elite. And then we have the MP443 Gratch, One Wood, and the Feeling Lucky, the PDW Crusher and Chucker, which I'm sure are both great versions. Then we have the launchers, Stinger M7 Firehawk Nighthawk, the Moz Oppressor Ignition, and then the Mayhem Fused and Bull, which none of the launchers actually have professional versions, which, you know, that's all right. And then finally for the specials, which I do have a special crossbow and a special heavy shield. The heavy shield versions are the Salvation and the Nugget. I personally have the Nugget, and these don't do anything. These just actually give you colors and cool designs on them. And the MDL Backdraft and the MDL Shockwave, the Crossbow Righteous, and the Crossbow Conqueror. I personally have the Conqueror, not like I get to choose, but yeah, that's what I got stuck with. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to drop like, subscribe, and join the hashtag Quad Squad. If you guys want to check out this full list and give you guys everything like the professionals and the enlisted, and you guys can check out what like mobility and handling do if you don't already know, make sure to check that out by Will Wheatley down in the description below. It's been Quadmft. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Quad Squad. Thanks for 45K, and I'm at 5,000.